Hello, friends. How are you all today? I greet you all in the name of God. Today, I would like to share the story of Samson to you. The Samson story is present in the Bible in Judges chapter 13 to 16. First, let's see the birth of Samson. I will read it for you from Judges chapter 13. Again, the Israelites did evil in the eyes of the Lord, so the Lord delivered them into the hands of Philistines for 40 years. A certain man of Zorah named Manoah from the clan of the Danites had a wife who was childless, unable to give birth. The angel of the Lord appeared to her and said, "You are barren and childless, but you are going to become pregnant and give birth to a son. Now see to it that you drink no wine or other fermented drink, and that you do not eat anything unclean." So Samson was chosen by God before his birth. So the angel of the Lord gave a vision to Samson's mother that she should not drink any wine or any fermented drink, and she is going to get a baby soon. She will become pregnant and have a son whose head is never to be touched by a razor. So the important condition here is the boy's head should not be shaved at any point of time or even touched by a razor, because the boy is to be a Nazarite, dedicated to God from the womb. Samson, the chosen, dedicated to God from the womb. He will take the lead in delivering Israel from the hands of the Philistines. So, what is the purpose of the birth of Samson? He will lead the Israelites and he will deliver them from the hand of the Philistines. Then the woman went to her husband and told him, "A man of God came to me. He looked like an angel of God, very awesome. I did not ask him where he came from, and he did not tell me his name. But he said to me, 'You will become pregnant and have a son. Now then, drink no wine or other fermented drink, and do not eat anything unclean, because the boy will be a Nazarite of God from the womb until the day of his death.'" So Manoah's wife is telling him what is the angel of Lord told her. Then Manoah is praying to the Lord. Then Manoah prayed to the Lord, "Pardon your servant, Lord. I beg you to let the man of God you sent to us come again, to teach us how to bring up the boy who is to be born." So the prayers of Manoah was heard by God. God heard Manoah, and the angel of God came again to the woman while she was outside in the field, but her husband Manoah was not with her. The woman hurried to tell her husband, "He is here, the man who appeared to me the other day. He is here, the man who appeared to me the other day." Manoah got up and followed his wife. Manoah got up and followed his wife. When he came to the man, he said, "Are you the man who talked to my wife?" "I am," he said. So angel of the Lord replies to Manoah that I am the one who gave instructions to your wife regarding the birth of the child. So Manoah asked him, "When your words are fulfilled, what is to be rule that governs the boy's life and work?" The angel of the Lord answered, "Your wife must do all that I have told her. She must not eat anything that comes from the grapevine, nor drink any wine or other fermented drink, nor eat anything unclean. She must do everything I have commanded her." Manoah said to the angel of the Lord, "We would like you to stay until we prepare a young goat for you." So Manoah was delighted because God is going to bless him with a child. And Manoah wants to please the angel of the Lord. So he is telling that the angel of the Lord must attend the feast he is going to prepare for him. The angel of the Lord replied, "Even though you detain me, I will not eat any of your food. But if you prepare a burnt offering, offer it to the Lord." Manoah did not realize that it was the angel of the Lord. So now it's clearly given that Manoah did not even realize that it was an angel. So he was he was thinking that he might be a prophet or a normal man who came to bless. Then Manoah inquired of the angel of the Lord, "What is your name, so that we may honor you, and when your word comes true?" He replied, "Why do you ask my name? It's beyond understanding." Then Manoah took a young goat together with a grain offering and sacred it on rock to the Lord. And the Lord did an amazing thing while Manoah and his wife watched. So, since the angel of the Lord informs Manoah to offer the sacrifice to the God, he took a goat along with the grain offering and sacred it on the rock to the Lord. As a flame blazed up from the altar toward heaven, the angel of the Lord ascended in the flame. Seeing this, Manoah and his wife fell with their faces to the ground. When the angel of the Lord did not show himself again to Manoah and his wife, Manoah realized that it was the angel of the Lord. The burnt offering given by Manoah was accepted by the God and the angel of the Lord did not show up again to Manoah. Now Manoah and his wife both realized that it was the angel of the Lord who spoke to them, and they were terrified and afraid that since they have seen the angel of the Lord, they might be killed. So Manoah says, "We are doomed to die," he said to his wife. "We have seen God." But his wife answered, "If the Lord had meant to kill us, he would not have accepted a burnt offering and grain offering from our hands. Now shown us all these things, or now told us this." So Manoah's wife is encouraging him. So if it's the Lord's plan, so we don't have to worry about that. The woman gave birth to a boy and named him Samson. He grew and the Lord blessed him, and the Spirit of the Lord began to stir him while he was in Maneheben between Zorah and Eshtaol. And we'll see next Samson's marriage. Samson, on his youth days, he went down to Timnah and saw there a young Philistine. When he returned, he said to his father and mother, "I have seen a Philistine woman in Timnah. Now get her for me as my wife." As you see here, I have given a sample picture. You can see the hair of Samson. It was braided well, and it was not even cut. His father and mother replied to Samson, "Is not there an acceptable woman among your relatives or among all our people? Must we go to the uncircumcised Philistines to get a wife?" According to customs, he is not supposed to marry the Philistine's daughter. So his parents is asking whether Samson can change his mind and marry a girl in the Israelite land. But Samson was not ready to listen to them. But Samson said to his father, "Get for her me, she is the right one for me." So Samson was very sure that she wants to marry the Philistine girl from Timnah. So his parents did not know that it was from the Lord, who was seeking an occasion to confront the Philistines, for at the time they were ruling over Israel. So why Samson plans to choose a wife from the Philistine? It was the Lord's doing. Samson went down to Timnah together with his father and mother. As they approached the vineyards of Timnah, suddenly a young lion came roaring toward him. The Spirit of the Lord came powerfully upon him, so that he tore the lion apart with his bare hands, as he might have torn a young goat. As you see, you can see this picture. This picture was even when we are studying in our vocational Bible school, in our school days or childhood days. This picture was a very old picture. This picture might be old as more than 20 years or more than that. So you can all see Samson was a man who was chosen by God, and he is a mighty man. He is using only his bare hands, and he is killing the lion. He tore the lion's mouth apart with his bare hands. It is the God's doing. So our God is greater than everyone, and he has given the power to Samson. Like a young goat, Samson told the lion, but he not told neither his father nor his mother what he had done. So he kept a secret what he has done. Then he went down and talked with the woman, and he liked her. Sometime later, when he went back to marry her, he turned aside to look at the lion's carcass, and in it he saw a swarm of bees and some honey. So on the way to Timnah to marry her, the Philistine women, Samson remembered the lion's carcass. When he went and peeped inside, he can see some swarm of bees and some honey. He scooped out the honey with his hands and ate as he went along. When he rejoined his parents, he gave them some, and they too ate it. But he did not tell them that he had taken the honey from the lion's carcass. Now his father went down to see the women, and there Samson held a feast as was customary for a young man. When the people saw him, they chose 30 men to be his companions. So now, according to the marriage ceremony, the young man, Samson, being a bridegroom, he is giving a feast to everyone, and 30 men was chosen as companions to celebrate this. On the occasion, Samson tells a riddle to them. Let me tell you a riddle, Samson said to them. If you can give me the answer within the 7 days of the feast, I will give you 30 linen garments and 30 sets of clothes. If you can't tell me the answer, you must give me 30 linen garments and 30 set of clothes. So Samson is telling a riddle to the 30 men who has come there as a companions to the feast, and he was telling that if you answer the riddle, I will give you linen garments, 30 linen garments and 30 sets of clothes, and if you fail to answer me, you have to pay me 30 linen garments and 30 set of clothes. So the 30 men replied, tell us your riddle, they said. Let's hear it, he replied. So Samson was telling, out of the eater, something to eat. Out of the strong, something sweet. For 3 days they could not give the answer. On the 4th day, they said to Samson's wife, coax your husband into explaining the riddle for us, or we will burn you and your father's household to death. Did you invite us here to steal our property? So the 30 men was not able to find out the answer for the riddle, so they were threatening the wife of Samson to find out the answer, or they will burn her and her father and their entire household to death. Then Samson's wife threw herself on him, sobbing, you hate me, you don't really love me. You have given my people a riddle, but you have not told me the answer. So Samson told her that, I have not even explained it to my father and mother, he replied. So why should I explain it to you? She cried the whole 7 days of the feast. So on the 7th day, he finally told her, because she continues to press him. She is in turn explained the riddle to her people. So now the wife was curious. Samson's wife find out the answer, and she tells her 30 men that she now know the answer for the riddle. We'll see what is the answer of the riddle. Before sunset on the 7th day, the men of the town said to him, what is sweeter than honey? What is stronger than a lion? So Samson find out that it was the 30 men doing that. They have threatened his wife, and they had find out the answer. So he was very upset. Samson said to them, if you had not plowed with my heifer, you will definitely not have find the answer. So now Samson was about to pay to 30 men 30 linen garments and 30 set of clothes. Then the Spirit of the Lord came powerfully upon him. He went down to Ashkelon, struck down 30 of their men, stripped them of everything, and gave their clothes to those who had explained the riddle. Burning with anger, he returned his father's home. So when Samson was in anger, he returned to his father's home. Samson's wife was given to one of his companions who had attended him at the feast. Samson's vengeance on the Philistines. Later on, at the time of wheat harvest, Samson took a young goat and went to visit his wife. He said, I am going to my wife's room, but her father would not let him go in. I was so sure you hated her, he said, that I gave her to your companion. Is not her younger sister more attractive? Take her instead. So Samson, when he returns to his wife's house, he learned that his wife has been given to marriage to one of his companions, and his father was asking him to marry Samson's wife's sister. Samson said to them, "This time I have a right to get even with the Philistines. I will really harm them." So Samson could not control his anger. He was very much possessive with his wife. When he learned that his wife was given to another man, he wants to take the revenge. So he went out and caught 300 foxes and tied them tail to tail in pairs. He then fastened a torch to every pair of tails, lit the torches and let the foxes loose in the standing grain of the Philistines. He burned of the shocks and standing grain together with the vineyards and olive groves. You can see in the picture Samson was very angry. He has lit the torches in every fox tail. The Philistines asked who did this. David told Samson the Timnite's son-in-law, because his wife was given to his companion. So the Philistines went up and burned her and her father to death. Samson said to them, "Since you have acted like this, I swear that I won't stop until I get revenge on you." So, because of the doing of Samson, the father-in-law of Samson and his wife was burned to death by the Philistines. Again, now Samson's anger was boosted up, so he wants to take revenge on them again. He attacked them viciously and slaughtered many of them. Then he went down and stayed in a cave in the rock of Etam. The Philistines went up and camped in Judah, spreading out near Lehi to capture Samson. The people of Judah asked, "Why have you come to fight us?" So the Philistines replied, "We have come to take Samson as prisoner." They answered, to do to him as he did to us. So now the Philistines was chasing Samson because they wanted to take revenge on Samson. The 3,000 men from Judah went down to the cave in the rock of Etam and said to Samson, "Don't you realize that the Philistines are rulers over us? What have you done to us?" He answered, "I merely did to them what they did to me." So Samson was telling the people of Judah that whatever the Philistines have done to me, I have not paid them well. Merely I have only paid them back very less. They said to him, "We have come to tie you up and hand you over to the Philistines." Samson said, "Swear to me that you won't kill me yourselves." So the people of Judah has arrived to the place where Samson was staying, and they are trying to hand over Samson to the Philistines. Agreed, they answered, because Samson wants to make sure that the people of Judah did not hand over him to the Philistines, so they are agreeing. "We will only tie you up and hand you over to them. We will not kill you." So they bound him with 2 new ropes and led him up from the rock. As he approached Lehi, the Philistines came toward him shouting. The Spirit of the Lord came powerfully upon him. So Samson was a mighty man and he was a chosen man. He was a Nazarite. So the 2 new ropes cannot hold of him, and the Lord Spirit has come upon him. So now it's time to destroy the enemies. The ropes on his arms became like charred flax, and the bindings dropped from his hands. Finding a fresh jawbone of a donkey, he grabbed it and struck down 1,000 men. So now Samson kills 1,000 men with the jawbone of a single donkey. Then Samson said, "With the donkey's jawbone I have made donkeys of them. With the donkey's jawbone I have killed 1,000 men." When he finished speaking, he threw away the jawbone, and the place was called Ramath Lehi. Because he was very thirsty, he cried out to the Lord, "You have given your servant a great victory. Must I now die of thirst and fall into the hands of the uncircumcised?" So once he finished killing the 1,000 people with a single donkey bone, Samson was very thirsty. He could not control his thirst for water, so he is asking the God for water. So then what God did means, God opened up the hallowed place in Lehi, and water came out of it. And Samson drank, his strength returned, and he revived. So the spring was called En-Hakkore. Samson led Israel for 20 years in the days of Philistines. So when the Philistines was ruling Israelites, Samson was leading Israel for 20 years. Samson and Delilah. One day Samson went to Gaza, where he saw a prostitute. He went in to spend the night with her. Then the people of Gaza were told, "Samson is here." So they surrounded the place and lay in wait for him all night at the city gate. They no more during the night, saying, "At dawn we will kill him." So when Samson was spending the night with the prostitute, there were the Philistines came to Gaza and they're trying to capture Samson. And at dawn they planned to kill him, but they could not. Samson lay there only until the middle of the night. Then he got up and took hold of the doors of the city gate, together with the two posts, and tore them loose, board and all. He lifted them to his shoulders and carried them to the top of the hill that faces Hebron. So Samson tore everything, and he crosses and he moves out of the place. So this time also the Philistines could not capture Samson, and the Philistines' mission was failed because God is with Samson. Sometimes later he fell in love with a woman in the valley of Sorek whose name was Delilah. The rulers of the Philistines went to her and said, "See if you can lure him into showing you the secret of his strength, and how can we overpower him, so we may tie him up and subdue him. Each one of us will give you 1,100 shekels of silver." So the ruler of the Philistines asked Delilah to help them to capture Samson, and if she helps them, she will be given a reward of 1,100 shekels of silver from each one of them. So Delilah now plans to help the Philistines. So she asked Samson, "Tell me the secret of your great strength, and how can you be tied up and subdued?" So Samson first did not reveal the answer to her. So Samson answered her, "If anyone ties me with 7 fresh bowstrings that have not been dried, I will become as weak as any other man." So Delilah thought to herself that this might be the right choice. So she calls for the Philistines and she conveys them everything. Then the rulers of the Philistines brought her 7 fresh bowstrings that had not been dried, and she tied him with them. With men hidden in the room, she called to him, "Samson, the Philistines are upon you." But he snapped the bowstrings as easily as a piece of string snaps when it comes close to a flame. So the secret of his strength was not discovered. Then Delilah said to Samson, "You have made a fool of me. You lied to me. Come now, tell me how you can be tied." So again, Samson did not tell Delilah the right choice of what to be done. So he said, "If anyone ties me securely with new ropes that have never been used, I will become as weak as any other man." So Delilah took new ropes and tied him with them. Then, with men hidden in the room, she called to him, "Samson, the Philistines are upon you." But he snapped the ropes off his arms as if they were threads. So again the mission failed. So Delilah then said to Samson, "All this time you have been making a fool of me and lying to me. Tell me how you can be tied." He replied, "If you view the 7 braids of my head into the fabric on the loom and tied in it with a pin, I will become as weak as any other man." So while he was sleeping, Delilah took the 7 braids of his head, wove them into the fabric, and tightened it with a pin, hoping that now she will get the reward from the Philistines. But again, she also fails, and the Philistines also fails. Again, she called to him, "Samson, the Philistines are upon you." He awoke from his sleep and pulled up the pin and the loom with the fabric. Now, Delilah was totally annoyed and dismayed. So, pesters Samson this time. Then she said to him, "How can you say I love you when you won't confide in me? This is the 3rd time you have made a fool of me and have not told me the secret of your great strength." With such nagging, she prodded him day after day until he was sick to death of it. So now Samson was in a situation that he was about to tell the truth. Otherwise, Delilah is not going to leave him or going to continue the life with him. So Samson told her everything. "No razor has ever been used on my head," he said, "because I have been a Nazarite, dedicated to God from my mother's womb. If my head was shaved, my strength would leave me and I would become as weak as any other man." So now Samson told her the truth. He is a Nazarite and no razor should touch his head. And if Delilah saw that he had told her everything, she sent word to the rulers of the Philistines, "Come back once more, he has told me everything." So the rulers of the Philistines returned with the silver in their hands. After putting him to sleep on her lap, she called for someone to shave off the 7 braids of his hair and so began to subdue him. Then she called, "Samson, the Philistines are upon you." He awoke from his sleep and thought, "I will go out as before and shake myself free." But he did not know that the Lord had left him. So now Samson, under the grace of God, because he is a Nazarite, he did not follow the customs and he forbidden the laws of the God. He told the truth to Delilah, so the God had left him now. So as you could see in the portrait that Samson was tied by the Philistine ruler, just imagination portrait. The Philistines seized him, gouged out his eyes. So Samson's eyes were gouged out from him and took him down to Gaza, binding him with bronze shackles. So if a man must be bind with a bronze shackle, means think of how mighty he must be. They set him to grind in the prison, but the hair on his head began to grow again after it had been shaved. So now, the death of Samson. Now the rulers of the Philistines assembled to offer a great sacrifice to Dagon, their god, and to celebrate, saying, "Our God has delivered Samson, our enemy, into our hands." When the people saw him, they praised their God, saying, "God has delivered our enemy into our hands, the one who had laid waste our land and multiplied our slain." So the Philistines people were celebrating. They were so happy that Samson was arrested, and they were praising their God Dagon, that Dagon was a mighty God and it has given Samson into their hands. While they were in high spirits, they shouted, "Bring out Samson to entertain us." So they called Samson out of the prison and he performed for them. So Samson was a mighty man, no one could not touch him. So now, when God was not with him, what happened? Samson was entertaining the Philistines, and when he was called out to entertain them, he performed for them. Among the pillars, Samson said to the servant who held his hand, "Put me where I can feel the pillars that support the temple, so that I may lean against them." So now the temple was crowded with men and women. All the rulers of the Philistines were there. And on the roof were about 3,000 men and women watching Samson perform. So Samson wished to know that how he might destroy the Philistines people. So he was asking the one who is supporting to walk. So he was asking, "Show me the pillars so that I can lean on them," because he could not see. Then Samson prayed to the Lord, "Sovereign Lord, remember me, please, God. Strengthen me just once more, and let me with one blow get revenge on the Philistines for my 2 eyes." Since Samson 2 eyes were taken from him, so he was very blind and the Philistines were making fun of him. So now Samson wants to take revenge on the Philistines. So he is asking, "God, Sovereign Lord, please remember me. God, strengthen me just once more." So God hears the prayers of Samson. Then Samson reached toward the two central pillars on which the temple stood. So now Samson, he reached both his hands towards the 2 central pillars on which the temple stood. So the entire temple stood with the help of those 2 pillars. So now Samson stretched his hands towards the pillars, bracing himself against them, his right hand on the one and his left hand on the other. Samson said, "Let me die with the Philistines." Then he pushed with all his might, and down came the temple on the rulers and all the people in it. Thus he killed many more when he died than while he lived. So Samson killed all the Philistine rulers. Then his brothers and his father's whole family went down to get him. They brought him back and buried him between Zorah and Eshtaol in the tomb of Manoah his father. He had led Israel many years. Samson had been the ruler of Israel for 20 years, and on his death also he killed all the rulers of the Philistines. So Samson both had a purpose, and he was a chosen person when he told his weakness to Delilah about about shaving his head will weaken him. God moved away from him. When Samson realized, he prayed to the God. Then God answered his prayer, and Samson killed all the Philistines ruler and fulfilled the God's word. So I hope this video will useful to you. Consider subscribing. I would like to meet you on another video. If you have any doubts on this story, please comment on the comment section. I would like to hear from you. Have a nice day, friends. Bye bye. Take care.